Hi ho and away we go, folks. Trudging through the bush here. Got my first load. I'm about 2K in. I got a kilometer to go, or so, give or take. I got my stove in there, my food, my shelter that I'm gonna be trying for the first time, and just some small stuff, some coffee and stuff. And then I have my trapper bag on my back in case I see any good runs on the way in. I'll set it up. But I think for today I'm just gonna boogie, get back there, and get this camp set up. So let's keep on trucking. Elmer's leading the way. So I made the decision, folks, that I got to camp. I guess I was better part of an hour. I guess the trail's pretty windy through here and I have to stop and jimmy my sled through. I'm really lucky I packed my trail yesterday, and it froze semi, but it's so mild today. Like, look at this. It's really, really mild. But I'm grateful because my trail is nice and secure and I can really motor. But I'm getting late in the day and I don't want to have to traverse through here at night. So even though I'm familiar with the area, I don't want to take the chance of slipping. And it's good ankle breaking weather this, because it's so soft. The snow is just so soft. So I have my first load of gear back here. I only have one load of gear left. I'm going to go back to the truck, grab my stuff, get back in here so I can just motor on getting that shelter up and getting myself set up and not have to walk through here in the dark. So that's what we're doing. We are pulling the old sled through the snake trail here. Another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, we'll be back at camp. So I'm gonna just gear down and get this done so I can get back and get set up. See you in a minute. We made her back to camp. Second trip, about 4 hours. 4 hours. And we're here. Oh, wow. It's almost too warm. I hate to say that. I don't want to jinx it, but it's so warm that I'm sweating. I don't like starting like that, but I'll have to dry off. I'll cool down here now. I can feel the cool weather setting in. I think it's around 3 o'clock, so I got about 2 hours left of daylight. I have to get my camp set up, try out my new system with this ice shack, and put the wood stove in it and see how it goes. I might not use the stove tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how cold it gets. But let's get set up. I picked this stove up at a local Army surplus store. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to try this out. It's called a Red Mountain Valley stove. Camp stove. Specifically for this application. We're going to try it out. I've bought cheaper models in the past and paid the price. They've done the job. They've kept me alive. Oh, look at that sun. They've kept me alive, but I figured this time I'm gonna splurge. I know they sell all sorts of stoves. They sell titanium, really lightweight stoves. And this one is pretty lightweight too. But I really like it because with me, I know myself, I'll get this thing just revving hot, just piping crazy hot, and I want it to be able to take it. And I think by looking at the show model that they had set up in the surplus store, that I'll be able to take it. So yeah, this is a Red Mountain Valley. Dual side cooking tubes can be used for heating and baked potatoes, foiled meats. Burn solid fuel like wood, charcoal, compressed logs. Spark arrestor for safety. Comes with all the piping, everything. I should have maybe brought some tools out here. Oh well. See what my Leatherman has. So yeah, supposedly everything's inside this baby. Obviously going to have a lot of piping, sort of stuff. Looks like an instruction manual. Who needs that? Screws. That looks like a little rake. Get the stuff out, get the ashes out. That's kind of cool. Here's my chimney cap. It's pretty standard. Legs, I'm assuming. Yep. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Cool. I love it. Nice little draft on the door. Nice little draft dial here. Shutter down. Good solid little latch. Good hinge. Nice welds. I love it. I really like it. Good size stove as well. Like, be able to fit some pretty fair sized logs in here. Probably almost 2-foot logs, 20-inch logs maybe. Awesome. Really like it. I like to do when I have any new stove that I'm going to put in inside a shelter. And this, by the way, for the first time using this ice shack like this, it's so fast. Just pop, pop, pop. Literally in like 10 minutes, my shelter is up and ready to go. So far, so good. We just got to see if this thing is going to work inside of that. I'm going to show you what I did to get that prepared in just a minute, but I'm going to get this going because there's a lot of black paint on this, and I don't want that smell and all those fumes inside the shelter. So I'm going to start a quick smudge in this, get the stove relatively hot, and then let it cool back down, just to burn off, you know, a lot of the manufacturing stuff in it. And I just want to see how it works as well. So we're just going to get it going. Basically, I just want to see how it operates, how the draft works. I had a stove one time I bought for about $90, and it's like a tin stove, and it started to hop across the floor of my shelter I had one night. It got so hot it just started to bounce. It wasn't very nice. I didn't. That's the problem when you get really cold. You just keep feeding that fire and you don't realize how hot the stove's getting, but your body and your mind's just telling you, it's saying like, get warmer, put more wood in that fire, when really it's not the right thing to do. It's a dangerous thing to do. Yeah, we're just gonna see how this operates for the first time. Yeah, I put a new stove in a shelter one time and lit it up, and the whole night I had a headache because all I could smell was the paint fumes coming off of the brand new stove. So now anytime I have a new stove, I try and make sure that I burn all the stuff off of it, all the paint. It should be a heat coated paint, but who's to say, right? Like, who's to say what it's painted with? But I'll get this baby rocking pretty good. I want to see how it operates. I mean, when it's inside the shelter, that's the dangerous spot, right? So anything that I can figure out with this stove, as far as how to make it operate efficiently and that sort of thing, I want to do it out here. I don't want to be trial and erroring inside that shelter. This has been a really good day so far, a really awesome day to come out here and to be able to set up camp this quickly. I mean, generally I got to come out at like 5 in the morning, and it's usually freezing, and I have to get my shelter built, you know, which is usually an A-frame, a debris shelter of some sort. And I mean, by the end of the day, you're so tired, you're just exhausted. This year I figured, you know, I've got to start. I like the authenticity of that, but I mean, if the winter stayed like this, it would be fine. -3, -4, but I mean, it doesn't, that's not the reality. Like, it gets down to -30 to -50 here for months on end. It's just not a good way to survive. You're just fighting yourself the whole time. So I'm gonna really try and make myself comfortable. So I'll probably invest in something like this, like a hot tent at some point, that, you know, if I deem it's gonna be worth my investment. But for now, I'll show you what we did to make this potentially safe anyway. But I'm just gonna let this burn. I gotta go over and get my my bed set up, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of dripping coming out of these trees. It's getting my sleeping bag damp, so I want to get my bed set up nice. Okay. Tons of black smoke coming off of this and just stinks like crazy. So I'm gonna put a bit more wood in and get a little hotter. But yeah, it's kind of what I thought. It's pretty nasty. Welcome back, folks. Well, the sun's going down. It's looking really nice over there in the horizon. Pink sky, nice and clear. It's starting to cool down a little bit now. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm going to show you my camp. I got my camp set up. I got a wonderful supper cooking. This is a nice stew that my stepdad, Gary, made me. It looks just wonderful. Look at that. Just starting to boil. It's warming my coffee up. It got a little cold. I got some homemade bread. Some really nice homemade bread that I baked last week. I'm going to do that up, and I think Elmer's on the pursuit of maybe a grouse over there. Got a spruce grouse, I think, treed somewhere, so we might go see what we can do. But yeah, I'm feeling tired. It's obviously a lot of work. I got a lot of wood done. I've got enough wood for at least tonight and tomorrow. My supper's going really well. I'm super impressed with this stove. And like I said, this is a real channel. So like my battery's almost dead. I'm going to share everything with you guys, not just the fluff, not just the niceness, but like I just felt a poplar there and the top broke off. These poplars are real soft and the top broke off and just about got me. And I'm in the middle of nowhere here now. Like it's the point of no return. So you really got to watch when you're fooling around. But I knew it was soft. I knew that it was crumbly up top. So you always make sure you give yourself an out when you're whaling with that axe. A lot of vibration on that tree. But yeah, we did good. This is the real deal. There's no gimmicks here, no fluff. This is this is self-reliant survival in the middle of the bush with nobody else but your dog to rely on. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to maybe having some rabbit on this stove. But if not, we've got lots of bacon and lots of eggs. My dog needs some love. He hasn't had much love today. I'm just gonna show you my shack. Next, I'll give you a camp overview here now. I've got camp cleared out really nice. Stove's awesome. I can still smell the paint coming off of it. I'm really glad that I'm doing a good burn in there. Got my gloves drying next to it. This is my love shack. I got my candles in here. I'm not gonna put the stove in here tonight. So I've got it set up. I'm gonna actually probably crawl in here pretty soon and take a nap. Usually I take a nap when I'm in the bush and then I get up at nighttime. And I might even walk around and set some snares tonight. But I'm really hoping that the sun's out tomorrow so I can start to charge my camera. But yeah, this is it. My phone just went on power saving mode. I'm gonna get ready for a really nice night. As you can tell, it's gorgeous. It's very quiet. Not much around here. We're a few K back in the bush. It's pretty awesome. It's my favorite place. So yeah, I'm gonna get eating some supper, hang out with my dog for a bit, do some relaxing. We'll touch base in the morning. We'll see how the sleep went. See how the sleep went last night in the new digs. I'm pretty excited though. All right, thanks for tuning in. It's been a great day one of this. So yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Hope that sun comes up. Charge my phone. Good morning. Good first morning. Wow. Oh. Well, it was a really great morning. A really great night. It's around 9 this morning. I know that because my phone's charged. Probably 9:30 now, but had an interesting night. Had a really good night. Good sleep. I didn't use the stove inside last night. I put that in there this morning just while I was up bombing around a little bit, and I went back to bed for a little while, catch some Z's. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. It got windy. Got really windy last night, and it cooled right off. But the shelter's awesome. The shelter, no wind getting through, like other than the noise and the crackling. We had a lot of rain here, so there was a lot of ice and stuff falling from the trees and stuff when it froze up last night. It was just loud. I walked out last night around, I don't even know what time. I had my buddy scheduled to come meet me on the trail about halfway through and halfway down and grab my dog, Elmer. Elmer's great to have out here, and I love him and I miss him. He's my best bud. But for snaring and for hunting and stuff, it's not worth having him out here because he runs around my snare sets and he has a great time and I like that. I love that when he gets to do that. But when it's serious time and I'm out here trying to get food and he's treeing partridge and he's running everywhere and he's peeing on everything and stuff, it doesn't help. I've noticed my productivity goes way down. For hunting and snaring. So my buddy came and grabbed him, which I'd planned. We usually just come in for a few hours during the day, and then luckily my buddy was passing by where my truck is, so he just walked down the trail a kilometer or so and grabbed Elmer. So Elmer's good. And Elmer gets really cold. He gets really cold out here. He's not a winter dog. He's not built for it. He's a black lab, so he has just very fine fur, and his feet get really, really cold. So he's happy. He's happy with my buddy just chilling out today, and I'm gonna focus on getting my snare set this morning, right now. And when I get back, I've got to do a lot of stuff around here. I've got to get some wood ready. I want to fire up the wood stove inside the shelter to make sure it works okay and that stuff doesn't get too hot. Figure out my controls for the night because it's supposed to dip down to like minus 20 degrees tonight. So Celsius. I want to come back and build a chair, get myself set up for some lunch, and then probably get some more firewood going. The firewood never ends. You just always got to keep on it. But it's chilly today. It is considerably more cold. I think it's minus 10. My buddy brought me a because there's not much sun today. It's pretty overcast actually compared to yesterday. Brought me a portable charger. It's like a battery powered charger, I guess. It's a Woods brand. Takes 4 AA batteries, and you just plug your phone into it, and it's supposed to charge. So I'm going to keep it inside my pocket to keep it warm, so the batteries don't die. Batteries do not like the cold. But yeah, I'm ready to rock. I'm super excited. First day, first morning in the bush, and I'm super happy to get my snare sets out. And if anything else, if we don't get anything today in this trip, I'm not too worried because at least I'm set up. My camp's here. My camp's set up. I can come here anytime now, and the bulk work's done. A couple trips are in. All I have to do is bring my sled in every time with my one bag, and I'm ready to stay as long as I want. And that's going to be a lot of what this winter is, and a lot of what my footage is coming back here this winter. And you know, as the snaring gets more productive, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really happy. So let's get going. Let's get out in the bush and set some snares. See if we can get some supper.